This is Present to Imperfect ICE Part 5. Again, this is the 5th installment of a 5-part series that explains the imperfect past. Aba, abas, aba, ia, ias, ia. All right, good news. In the imperfect past, there are only 2 accent rules. In the imperfect past, there are only two accent rules. Accent rule number 1. If a verb in the imperfect past ends in ia, it always has an accent. Let's look at 2 examples. Okay? Comer, to eat, and vivir, to live. Comer, to eat. In the imperfect past, you chop off the er and you add ia, ias, ia, ibamos, ian. Notice, they're all forms of ia, so they all have accents, and the accents over the I. Now, vivir, to live. In the imperfect past, you chop off the ir and add ia, ias, ia, ibamos, ian. Notice the endings, again, for er verbs in the imperfect past and ir verbs for the imperfect past are the same. Both of them are ia, ias, ia, ibamos, ian, and in all forms of ia, there's an accent over the I. All right, let's talk about rule number 2. If a verb in the imperfect past does not end in ia, just the we form has an accent. All right, so you're good that if there's an ia, there's an accent. If the verb in the imperfect ends in something that isn't ia, the only form that takes an accent is the we form. Let's look at some examples. Hablar, you chop off the air and aba, abas, aba, abamos, aban. Aba is not ia, so what's the only form that takes an accent? The we form. Because if it doesn't end in ia, just the we form has an accent. Now, ser and ir are the 2 common irregular verbs in the imperfect. Ser turns into era, eras, era, eramos, eran. These do not end in ia, so the only form that takes an accent is the we form. Because again, if a verb in the imperfect past does not end in ia, just the we form has an accent. Now, let's look at the verb ir, to go, which is also irregular in the imperfect. The 2 irregular imperfects that are common, ser turns into era, ir turns into iba. So it's iba, ibas, iba, ibamos, iban. These do not end in ia, so if a verb does not end in the ia in the imperfect past, just the we form has an accent. So again, when you're dealing with the imperfect past, aba, ia, era, all that good stuff, if it ends in ia, every form has an accent every time. If the verb in the imperfect does not end in ia, if it ends in aba or era or iba, just the we form has an accent. You now know everything you need to know about the imperfect past. Yay!